Hello everyone, and welcome to the 2016 Wakefield Memorial High School National Honor Society Induction Ceremony. Please join me in welcoming in your kids and this year's inductees for our chapter of the National Honor Society.
Oh, she's over there.
That was pretty good. My name is Robert Rossi, and along with Mr. Alan Drinkwater, we are the co-advisors for this Wakefield chapter of the National Honor Society. We have a wonderful program here tonight, all designed to capture the significance of what it means to be a member of this prestigious organization. This is now my third year as co-advisor to the NHS, and I have come to very much enjoy this night and the events of the ceremony. Every student here should feel extremely proud of what they have accomplished in order to be here tonight, and extremely thankful for the help you received along the way. With that said, I told all of you at our first meeting, and I really believe this, that I see being a part of the National Honor Society organization as not so much an accomplishment and more of an opportunity. Don't get me wrong, you've done amazing work in order to be here tonight and receive this recognition. And I'm as proud as any to somehow be a part of it, especially considering that I never was in the National Honor Society. I'm a co-advisor, which I think is pretty impressive. But from my vantage point, being a part of this organization together provides us with a truly unique opportunity to collectively do a lot of great things for a lot of great causes before you all go off in your own directions this year. You can make a difference in the community that has provided so much for you. For me, that sounds like an amazing opportunity and hopefully you'll all take advantage of. I wish you all congratulations on your achievements and on your induction tonight into the National Honor Society. And I thank you for allowing me to be part of this experience. With that, I'm pleased to introduce the other co-advisor for the National Honor Society, Mr. Alan Drinkwater.
Hello everyone. My name is Alan Drinkwater, and I have the distinct pleasure of co-advising the Wakefield chapter of the National Honor Society along with Mr. Rossi. Before we begin, I want to thank every single one of you who has come out tonight to show support to the newest members of Wakefield's National Honor Society. While tonight's induction ceremony is about recognizing the accomplishments of these tremendous young minds, it goes without saying that your guidance has done wonders along the way. So please, join me, give yourselves a round of applause. As we make our way through the evening, it's important to remember that tonight's ceremony is not the end of a book, but rather the beginning of a new chapter. When students are inducted into the National Honor Society, it doesn't just mean that they've worked hard enough to maintain a particular GPA. Instead, it's a recognition on the part of the student that they are willing and eager to use their intellect and their work ethics for the greater good. Ralph Waldo Emerson echoes this very sentiment in a speech entitled The American Scholar. I know some of you love it. Haven't read it, but I told you it'd be relevant again. In Emerson's words, he writes, "There goes in the world a notion that the scholar should be a recluse, but there can be no true scholar without the heroic mind. All of tonight's inductees have heroic minds, and I have no doubt that they will put them to good use. On that note, I would now like to introduce the officers of the National Honor Society. If you would stand when I explain. Treasurer Michael Roscoe. Secretary Caroline Bennett. Vice President Brianna Chenoweth. And our co-presidents, Jenna Mello and John Glendow.
Mr. Metropolis, Mr. Tiro, Mr. Drinkwater, Mr. Rossi, members of the faculty, parents, and students. Welcome to the 2016 National Honor Society Induction Ceremony. We are gathered here to formally recognize those students who have been selected by the faculty of our school for successfully completing their candidacy and are being inducted as new members of our NHS chapter. For current members and those former members who may be among our guests, we hope this will serve to remind you of the standards of excellence that you two are charged with maintaining as members of the nation's oldest, largest, and most prestigious student recognition program.
Throughout the year, members of our chapter serve as role models for other students. In addition to the strong academic records which establish our eligibility for membership, our chapter members are leaders in many student organizations, and we serve our school and community through many activities. We are proud of this record of accomplishment and welcome our new members who bring new energy in support of our continuing work as NHS members. And now, please welcome Principal of Wakefield Memorial High School, Mr. Richard Metropolis, with some welcoming remarks.
Thank you, everybody. It's an honor for me to be here tonight and to welcome you all on such a special occasion. On my behalf and behalf of Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Kim Smith, Dr. Smith is battling some laryngitis and a pretty bad cold, so unfortunately she is home recovering this evening and couldn't be here tonight. She sends her good wishes and congratulations. I'd like to thank Mr. Rossi and Mr. Drinkwater as well for their work this year and will be throughout the course of this year. For our students here in the National Honor Society. I would also just say, too, before I begin my remarks, this is one of my favorite events of the year. It's actually what I consider to be the first event of a long series of events throughout the course of your senior year, and it's a really special one. So put it in the back of your head. You'll remember it. I'd like to just offer a few words of thanks and encouragement to all of our inductees this evening. The tenets of the National Honor Society, scholarship, leadership, service, and character, are attributes that some people may possess at certain points in their lives, but rarely all at once. You all share these qualities because of your hard work, commitment to care to one another and your community. I encourage you all to keep working to uphold these qualities in your lives as you move forward. Please continue to care for your school and especially one another. As we move on beyond Wakefield Memorial High School, you may not encounter as supportive of an environment as you're accustomed to. Make no mistake, you all create a positive, safe, and caring community in our school. Because of this, you have the power to spread that sentiment to wherever you go moving forward. I know you're all capable, and so I urge you to continue your commitment to these tenets. It's an honor to be inducted here tonight, but also a responsibility, and I know you're all up to the task. I'm very proud to be your principal, and I want to congratulate you all for earning this privilege.
Thank you, Mr. Metropolis. And now, please welcome the Vice Chairperson of the School Committee, Mr. Rob Tiro, with some opening remarks.
Thank you. And thank you, everybody. Thank you for the invitation to this ceremony. Thank you for the opportunity to say a few words. So I'll begin, as we all have, by offering on behalf of myself and my colleagues on the school committee a most sincere congratulations on this terrific accomplishment, this terrific achievement that you've all gotten to. As someone not far removed from your own seats, if you can believe that, I remember what it takes to get here. I remember the late nights, the stressing over the test scores, the meticulous, the highlighted, the annotated, the color-coordinated notes that I would take during class. It's truly a journey to arrive where you are right now. So tonight, in my brief remarks, I'd just like to offer a challenge to each of you. To think about joining and being inducted into the National Honor Society as a point in that journey, rather than a final destination. You see, so often we receive awards, recognitions when we complete something, or when we reach the highest level. Perhaps you're celebrating a winning championship at the end of a long season. Maybe you've won an award for completing a new drama production. Maybe you're being recognized for breaking a school record, or for earning the highest score on an exam. And these awards are well and good, and they should be. They are rightfully given in recognition of success and hard work. But they often indicate that the journey, whether an athletic season or an academic year, has ended. And now I know your induction into the National Honor Society speaks a great deal about your ability to earn high grades and to excel academically and in extracurriculars. But I believe that it says so much more about each of you as a human being. And that journey continues long after tonight. This honor speaks to your ability to learn, not just study. Your ability to challenge yourself, to grow as a person and a student. And most importantly to me, it speaks of your ability to better the world and the lives of the people around you. As young leaders, it's my hope that that is always part of your goal. That that's always part of our goal. To leave everything in a better condition than how you found it. And to always be a caring and compassionate voice to everyone you meet, but especially to those who are struggling amongst us. Joining the National Honor Society is neither the beginning nor the end of this journey. The fantastic work that you've done thus far has led you to this point, and your well-deserved induction tonight is an achievement, no doubt. But it's not the final achievement. The value lies in how you apply it. And I know this town, and I know myself, are very excited to see what lies ahead. Thank you and congratulations again.
Now, it has become tradition for the officers to each address one of the four main tenets of the National Honor Society. These tenets are scholarship, leadership, service, and character. The officers were selected due in part to the fact that they represent these very traits. The first officer to speak tonight will be Co-President Jen Miller.
I would like to begin by saying, once again, congratulations. I'm really excited about National Honor Society this year because I know that we can do a lot of great things for our school and our community. My co-president, John, and I will be speaking about leadership, one of the four tenets of the National Honor Society. Leadership is defined as, and often only thought of as, the ability to lead. Within our high school, it conjures up images of sports captains, section leaders, and class officers. When we look past the surface, however, this ability to lead only comes from deserving to be followed. This may come from having good ideas if you're the president of a club, or having a lot of skill if you're the captain of a sport, but at the root of every type of leadership is the desire to do the right thing in any situation. This desire gives rise to the most important type of leadership. Not necessarily that found in clubs or sports, but the kind that we see every day. Whether it's waiting that extra second to hold the door open for someone, or picking up a book that someone has dropped, small things like this set a good example of leadership, one that we all have the ability to set for those around us every day. We are here in NHS because we demonstrate this everyday leadership, and with the other pillars, service, character, and scholarship, we will only become better leaders. It is in all of our character to do the right thing, and through our scholarship at Wakefield High School, that is what we are given the opportunity to do. Through NHS, we are given an even greater opportunity to use our leadership to help others through service projects. While helping others in our community, we are expanding the effects of our everyday leadership from the halls of Wakefield High School throughout all of Wakefield. Finally, I would like to leave you with 2 quotes. It takes a leader to truly see a problem as a challenge and want to drive towards it, and also that leadership is about having a selfless heart and always being willing to reach out and lend a helping hand. I'm confident that if we keep these ideas of leadership in mind, then we can do great things for the community this year. Thank you. And now please welcome our other co-president, John Glendag, who is also speaking.
Good evening, and congratulations to my fellow NHS officers and inductees. At this time, I would also like to express my thanks for all of our family members, Wakefield Memorial High School faculty, and everyone else that have helped us members of the WHS Class of 2017 to get to where we are today, sitting in this auditorium being recognized not only for our academic achievement, but also for reflecting the core values of NHS: scholarship, leadership, service, and character. I would like to begin my speech by introducing myself. My name is John Glendag, co-president of NHS, struggling high school senior, and recovering Netflix addict. All jokes aside, today I would like to focus on one of the most important qualities of an NHS member: leadership. We all know someone in our lives that we view as a leader. It could be a strong figure in our lives, such as the parent who sacrifices time and again, putting the child first no matter the circumstances. Your leader could be a funny, caring teacher at our own school that makes you look forward to class each day. No matter who your leader is, we may find ourselves asking the question, what makes all of these people leaders? Ray Kroc, better known as the man who developed the restaurant that brought us the McChicken, McRib, and every other known food with a Mc in front of it, believed that, and I quote, "The quality of a leader is reflected in the standards they set for themselves." As members of the National Honor Society, we have all pushed ourselves to do well in school. Through this continued effort we have put in over the course of our academic careers, we have allowed other students to be inspired to push themselves to the level of academic rigor that we set for ourselves. Through these actions, we have proven that we are leaders. Former United States President John Quincy Adams once said, "If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader." By embodying the other three pillars of NHS, scholarship, service, and character, it is easy to be a leader in everyday life. According to Adams, you're a leader if you learn more, so embrace that scholarly side of you and find something that interests you. You may find that your passion to learn in itself is leadership, as you are taking the extra step to fuel your ambitions and leading yourself to a new level of scholarship. Through our service to the community and the people of our community, our actions are seen as very commendable, which allow others to look up to us as both NHS leaders and leaders of our community. The characteristic of service we all exhibit helps us to inspire others to do more and become more, as they too try to follow our example and try to better the community. Finally, inspire others to dream more. Your attitude and character you show each day to your friends, families, and peers is one that can inspire others to put forth their own 100% and follow their own dreams. I would like to wrap up the speech by reminding you all that just by being in NHS, you have demonstrated your leadership ability. So take pride in your actions. Be proud of being the captain of the soccer team. Be proud of being the president of your club. Be proud of being a class officer. Be proud of being a hardworking student. Each day we all inspire someone. For the rest of our high school careers and even the rest of our lives, we should embody the idea of leadership so we can reach our greatest potential by finding success in our lives by making new friends, getting into college, and finding a good job when we get older. Leadership will take us to great places, both near and far. It's just up to us to decide how far we want to go. Congratulations on your acceptance into the National Honor Society. And now, please welcome Vice President Brad Schnevitz to speak about scholarship.
Thank you for your introduction. For those of you who may not know me, I'm Brianna Chinevich, Vice President of National Honor Society. As you all know, the next pillar of National Honor Society is scholarship. Every one of us being inducted tonight knows something about scholarship, as it was our dedication to school and other activities that helped us qualify for NHS membership. We've pushed through the nights when our workload never seemed to get lighter, studying that extra hour to be prepared for a test the next day. Although it does not seem like it all the time, our efforts are far from unrecognized. Today is a day to feel proud about the work that we've put into becoming a better scholar. More than just the grades we get in school, scholarship is our overall willingness to learn. It's easy to get caught up in the stress of school and forget the real reason for our being here, to learn. A true scholar possesses a genuine curiosity and love of learning, in and outside of the classroom. We've dug deeper to find the underlying meaning and cause rather than settling for surface information. These qualities are what can truly lead to success in a student. However, I didn't always understand the true meaning of scholarship. Entering high school, I took as many honors courses as I thought I could handle, without any real consideration of the classes I was signing up for. Now, as a senior, I realize that it's more important to take classes that you're truly interested in. For me, that means my schedule is filled with 3 sciences and 2 math classes. But for you, it can mean something different. While it does feel nice to be recognized here today, this recognition is not what motivates our scholarship. We will continue to engage ourselves throughout our years in school and beyond, regardless of whether or not it's noticed. This dedication to scholarship that we have demonstrated throughout our high school careers in order to expand upon our knowledge is what will carry us into the next stage of our lives, wherever that may be. Now please welcome NHS Secretary Caroline Bennett speaking on the topic of service.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you all for coming to this very special night. My name is Caroline Bennett, though most of you know me as Callie. This year, I am lucky enough to be the Secretary of the National Honor Society. Class of 2017, congratulations once again on your efforts and achievements thus far throughout your high school experience. As members of the National Honor Society, we must now hold ourselves to a certain standard to maintain not only this association's reputation, but the reputation of Wakefield Memorial High School. Thus far, you have all proven your excellence in the classroom, which is commendable. NHS focuses not only on scholarship and leadership, but on service as well. In the wise words of Mahatma Gandhi, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. But what is service? Service is formally defined as the action of helping or doing work for someone. But is that the true meaning? Each time that you pick up a pencil someone dropped in class is service. Small gestures like this are indicative of being a decent human, and you probably should not record those 17 seconds spent in your service time card. But picking up that pencil is a small and honorable thing that an NHS member would do. Service to me can be anything from holding a door for someone to donating blood at a local blood drive. I'm not suggesting that you should sell your kidneys for NHS requirements, but do not view this service as another subject for your mother to nag you about. Service can be beneficial and provide not only you, but those who you help with joy and happiness. Will there be days when you would much rather go home and jump into bed to watch Netflix? Absolutely. Is that one episode going to make you feel like you've done your job as an outstanding citizen? Potentially. But staying after school to tutor a student may prove to be a more valuable use of your time. There will be Saturday mornings that getting out of bed to sort cans at the food pantry may sound dreadful. But when you invest your time and energy into organizations and people in your community, you're leaving your stamp. As we become the newest generation of NHS students from Wakefield, we must find time to dedicate towards the betterment of the community and others. Do not view this mandate as something to check off your to-do list, but rather look forward to the impact that you are having in your efforts. We can make a dent. And no, not in the senior law, trying to escape the chaos first, but in the community or in our own lives. If you close your eyes at the end of each day, knowing that you have done your best to serve those around you, what more can you ask for? I will leave you with this totally authentic message. My fellow classmates, ask not what Wakefield can do for you, but ask what you can do for Wakefield. Thank you, and now please welcome NHS Director Michael Roscoe.
My name is Michael Rasso. I am Treasurer of the National Honor Society. I'm here to talk to you about the final pillar of NHS character. The challenge we all face throughout all phases of our lives is discovering what our personal character is. Many of us will say we are athletes, singers, musicians, you name it. But our character is not described through one word or one sentence. No, it is defined by many things. Our character, our reputation, our integrity is defined by how we live our lives. Because no one is the same, everyone has a unique character. Today, we are here partially as a result of our positive academic character. However, one GPA is not the defining attribute in order to be selected as an NHS member. It is the time and effort we give in and out of the classroom to both our schoolwork and extracurricular activities that allows us to be described as NHS students. Personally, I feel as though we are not characterized by our grades, but by how many hours we spend and put work into our education. In addition, many of us have already experienced a change in our character during our 3+ years at high school. Think back to when you were first entering your freshman year, all the things you did, and how you defined yourself. Now think at this moment right now, all the good and bad times you've been through, and how it has shaped the life you live and the character in which you live the part. Part of growing up is shaping your character. Personally, 3 years ago, I could have never pictured myself speaking in front of all these men. Yet after coming out of my shell and showing who I truly am over the course of my high school career, speaking tonight is a blessing. But as one ever truly finished growing up, and by virtue, can one's character ever reach a limit? We are told that every day we learn something new, and this knowledge we obtain can solely affect how we conduct ourselves. Whenever we are faced with difficulties in our lives, it is important to recognize that this lower high we are feeling is not permanent. It is merely a test to the strength of our character. Lastly, it is easy in high school to be influenced by this people, and that may cause you to alter your image. However, one's true color, one's true character will always show. So senior year and beyond, let us not fear the judgment of others. Embrace who you are and embrace the character you hold. As Helen Keller once said, character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only through experience of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, ambition inspired, and success achieved. Thank you.
Great job, officers. Really good. So I'm very excited about this next part. We even tried to get this person last year, but due to a scheduling conflict, we are now lucky enough to have the trusted and esteemed Mr. Dennis O'Leary here to provide the keynote address to all of you. Mr. Dennis O'Leary is a man who needs no introduction around here, obviously, but I'm going to try and give one anyway. Before retiring last school year, Mr. O'Leary spent 33 years in education, 31 of which was as a dedicated member of the Wakefield public school community, and the last 18 of such serving as the high school assistant principal, spending most days reminding anyone and everyone that it was indeed a great day to be a warrior. I don't quite say it the same way as earlier. Or his explanations to the students, the meaning behind the importance of filling in, as he called it, the dash. Mr. O'Leary came to represent for me what is the more important and necessary qualities needed in an educator. He was reliable. He was someone both students and teachers could always count on. He was, and still is, someone who's going to listen and he's going to fight for you every day. At the end of last year, I was lucky enough to be part of a video tribute package put together by some of the students as a gift to Mr. O'Leary, a retirement gift from some of the video students. And in my interview, I said of Mr. O'Leary that I was bestowing on him one of the highest compliments I thought I could give anyone, and that was to describe him as being old school. I didn't mean that Mr. O'Leary was old school because he didn't change with the times, or because he didn't understand this generation of student. Clearly he did both, and did them well. To me, Dennis O'Leary is old school because he is as loyal as they come, and is proud of both where he came from and the work he did for this community. That's why I call him old school, and that's part of the reason why we wanted him to speak with all of you tonight. So, with that said, and hopefully that introduction was okay, please help me to welcome our former assistant principal, Mr. Dennis O'Leary.
Over the top for an introduction. I've been retired 61 days. The last 60 this has been the best day of my retirement because I'm in front of, I have in front of me 91 of my former students who I miss terribly each and every day. You can take that to the bank. Retirement isn't all that it's cracked up to be. I'm done painting the interior of my home. Everything else is on the honey-do list. But we do miss Wakefield Memorial High School tremendously, and I'm thrilled and honored to be here. So I do have 7.5 minutes of prepared remarks. I time myself in the shower speaking this because I know there's a World Series game on tonight that we want to get home to, a Celtics game and the Bruins. And I know 91 students have to go home and study and read and write, and so I'll be short with my remarks. So this evening reinforces what I have said, felt, and lived for the past 31 years, that it's a great day to be a warrior. And sitting in front of me this evening, this impressive group of students, is one of the reasons I look forward to walking into Wakefield Memorial High School each and every day. Many of you have received awards for academic excellence through the years, most recently through the academic convocations that are held at the end of each school year, coinciding with high school graduation for seniors. The difference this evening is that family members are here to witness your acceptance into the most prestigious group as members of the Wakefield Memorial High School chapter of the National Honor Society. I would like to acknowledge your parents, your brothers and sisters, guardians, and extended family members that have bestowed upon each candidate support and love that have been the major elements of the foundation for your academic success. Thank you. I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge the faculty that have been instrumental in preparing you to meet the academic requirements for inclusion into the National Honor Society. Not only the Wakefield Memorial High School faculty, but all faculty, K through 8 into 9 through 12, take great pride in your success in school. Your success is their success. As for National Honor Society, I have a unique perspective that dates back to the time when I was a high school student. National Honor Society meetings were held in my homeroom after school. One afternoon in December, many years ago, I had to stay after school in my homeroom. The reason escapes me why. My homeroom teacher happened to be the advisor to the National Honor Society. Putting my books away into my locker, I spied a young lady carrying a lot of books into my homeroom for a National Honor Society meeting. I'm sure she didn't notice me as I was introduced to her later in the month by a friend of mine that was taking her out on a date. When I found out that it was one date and they were just friends, I started listening more intently to school announcements and National Honor Society meetings, days and times. You can guess where this is leading, can't you? I asked her out one day, and she said yes. 17 days ago, on October 9th of 2016, that National Honor Society student and I celebrated our 39th wedding anniversary. So thank you, National Honor Society. Oh, how I wish I had been a member that year. I thought long on what I wanted to leave you as a takeaway from being a speaker to you this evening. In the past years as assistant principal, you heard from me to fill in your dash. That is the dash that separates the year you started as a freshman and the year that you will graduate from Wakefield Memorial High School. I urge you to get involved in high school and not arrive at 7:20 and only to leave at 2:05. For some of you, I spoke to your class about water, and by adding just one more degree to water that was at 211 degrees, thereby making it 212 degrees, you get that water to boil. With boiling water, you get steam, and with steam, you can move machinery or a train. My point being that with just a little extra effort, that one extra degree, you would be reaching a higher level of understanding and academic support, success in school. Most of you in front of me, dare I say all of you in front of me, have given that extra degree for the past 3 years. I commend you for that. So as I was reviewing the National Honor Society website, it came to me to what had value to me in my life and what I viewed as having true value for you was the service component of your membership in the National Honor Society. The NHS website lists under the heading of service through cause-related organizations 32 different entities that deal with issues from support of animals to violence prevention, A to D. In between are organizations that deal with conflict resolution and bullying, disaster relief, the environment, health and student safety, and social issues. Throughout the NHS website are examples of projects that different chapters of the NHS have implemented. Their database has over 5,000 examples from the 16 project categories they have listed as service-related. Service is therefore a big deal for the NHS organization. I dare say that service you give in support of others in your community is critical to your character development and leadership potential. Service has always been a big deal for me as well as assistant principal. I had the honor through the years to present a Service to the Community Award during academic convocation. Students honored had spent hours giving service to others in the community of Wakefield. Examples of their past service included manning telephones for the Samaritans, an organization to prevent suicide, assisting the disabled to enjoy the wonders of skiing at Blue Mountain through New England Disabled Sports, and the continuation and growth of our own chapter of the Best Buddies program led this year by Maeve Conway. As a sophomore, Jackson Keogh approached me and wanted to start a project that entailed planting hundreds of plants and plant bulbs together with mulch to beautify the campus area. I will never forget the sight of Jackson and fellow students digging in the courtyard as they planted with warrior pride. There have been other occasions that when asked by our senior neighbors, I have enlisted the help of students to assist with snow removal. Students eagerly volunteered and shoveled snow without complaint. One senior resident had her furniture moved within her home by the volunteerism of several well-muscled Wakefield Memorial High School students. They did it joyfully and created lasting goodwill and a lifelong memory. Long after your last class at Wakefield Memorial High School, when you have your diplomas and tucked away in the drawer or cabinet, the memory of your service as a member of the National Honor Society chapter at school will resonate